This is Roger and his beautiful wife, where the great godly king Josiah got killed by Necho of Egypt. Necho told him, "Hey man, don't come out here. I'm not at war with you. Don't come out here." And but Josiah just did it, and he got killed. Doggone it. Well, we're at the end. This is the end of 2 Chronicles today. We're in the 36th chapter. And we'll go through 4 kings real quick. 2 of them last 11 years each, and 2 of them last only 2 or 3 months. So there's 4 kings in 22 years, and then it's Babylonian captivity. So actually, Babylonian captivity is starting right now. Well, it has already started, but at the end of 22 years from now, it's over. And Jerusalem is destroyed, the temple's destroyed, everything is destroyed. Okay, so 36th chapter and Judah's decline. The people of the land took Jehoahaz, the son of Joah, made him king in his father's place in Jerusalem. Jehoahaz was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months in Jerusalem. Then the king of Egypt deposed him in Jerusalem and laid on the land a tribute of 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. And the king of Egypt made Eliakim, his brother, king over Judah and Jerusalem, and changed his name to Joachim. But Necho took Jehoahaz, his brother, and carried him to Egypt. Okay, so there's one of the 3 months, and then this Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord his God. And against him came up Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and bound him in chains to take him to Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar also carried part of the vessels of the house of the Lord to Babylon and put them in his palace in Babylon. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim and the abominations that he did and what was found against him, behold, they are written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah. And Jehoiakim, his son, reigned in his place. Jehoiakim was 18 years old when he became king, and he reigned 3 months and 10 days in Jerusalem. And he did what was right in the sight. He did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. In the spring of the year, King Nebuchadnezzar sent and brought him to Babylon with the precious vessels of the house of the Lord, and made his brother Zedekiah king over Judah and Jerusalem. So there we have it. We have the 3 kings. 2 of them lasted 3 months each, and 1 king lasted 11 years. And now this Zedekiah, he's the last king. And this is the one that Jeremiah kept saying, hey, do this, do that, and you'll be okay. But he wouldn't do it. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord his God. He did not humble himself before Jeremiah the prophet, who spoke from the mouth of the Lord. He also rebelled against King Nebuchadnezzar, who had made him swear by God. He stiffened his neck and hardened his heart against turning to the Lord, the God of Israel. All the officers of the priests and the people likewise were exceedingly unfaithful, following all the abominations of the nations, and they polluted the house of the Lord that he had made holy in Jerusalem. The Lord, the God of their fathers, sent persistently to them by his messengers, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they kept mocking the messengers of God, despising his word and scoffing at his prophets, until the wrath of the Lord rose against his people, until there was no remedy. Therefore he brought up against them the king of the Chaldeans, who killed their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion on young man or virgin, old man or aged. He gave them all into his hand, and all the vessels of the house of God, great and small, and the treasuries of the house of the Lord, and the treasuries of the king and of his princes, and all those who brought to Babylon. And they burned the house of God, and broke down the wall of Jerusalem, and burned all its palaces with fire, and destroyed all its precious vessels. He took into exile in Babylon those who had escaped from the sword, and they became servants to him and to his sons until the establishment of the king of Persia, to fulfill the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeroboam, until the land had enjoyed its Sabbath all the days that it lay desolate. It kept Sabbath to fulfill 70 years. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia. Now isn't it interesting? Isaiah, years before, had said that Cyrus would let them go back. And nobody ever heard of Cyrus or anything else. It was just all of a sudden. And now here he is. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, so that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom and also put it in writing. Thus says Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has charged me to build him a house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Whoever is among you of all his people, may the Lord his God be with him. Let him go up. Wow. Let him go up. And that's the way it finishes. That's the end of 2 Chronicles. Isn't that great? So tomorrow we'll be in Ezra. And Ezra is one of the prophets to get him back into Jerusalem. Well, praise God. Isn't that interesting? That is so interesting. Thank you for listening.